You didn't know how to deal with your emotions and express them because Nigerian parents, I'm told, can be
it's hard.
super non-emotional and very like...
And it's so crazy because I go through that now. And I never really talk about this about my daughter, but I mean, we talk about our kids all the time personally. Yeah. It's like I struggle. My baby mother is an amazing mother, but I struggle sometimes, and I didn't know this was gonna happen. Like when you have kids, you don't really even know your true self for real until you have, especially if you have a daughter. I didn't know I was gonna struggle with like connecting emotionally to a baby girl, cause I do feel it, but expressing it is so different. I didn't realize till I started talking to people and seeing professionals, like, you weren't raised like that. You weren't, like, you know, sometimes how you're raised, it don't come to fruition until you start raising somebody. I never was like, oh, gaga, goo goo, and all this other stuff. Like this, it's love, but it's like how I do it. You know what I'm saying? But the feeling is there, and I know it's because I ain't really come like my mother never sent me to school, kiss me on the cheek or kiss me goodnight, or you know what I'm saying? Like
it was about work.
It was just really just a fear, but it's also we love our parents and we respect them. But it's like, did you sweep the floor before I come home from work? Like it's not.
You ready for school tomorrow?
Yeah, you ready for school?
All right, get some sleep. I'll see you in the morning.
And it's not putting down my parents, because many kids that have parents from other countries, they have different morals. I'm trying to learn how to do it, but I don't want to be like fake, because I feel like I don't want to give my daughter fake energy. It's like I just vibe with her different, and it goes into my dating life. I'll get in my own way when it comes to a woman. Like I'll shut down out of for no reason, for just be like I got something else on my mind today. I'm different.
In this interview with the rapper Wale, he was very open and real about not always being able to connect emotionally with his daughter, and how having Nigerian parents has also, aided in him not being able to emotionally connect to women. I also saw last night's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, or Sunday's episode, sorry, and I saw that same disconnect with Todd and his daughter, and I want to add that into this video and then come back with the rest of my commentary.
I'm proud that you're able to just say, and I'm gonna go try it and not be scared.
Someone says that they're proud.
Oh, you got a problem with me still?
You don't show no emotion unless you're mad at me.
Is that true?
Remember we didn't talk for a month, Candy?
Yes. That was crazy.
Yeah, she made me mad.
I mean, both of y'all are real weird with that. Like, the communication has to get better, people.
Because he don't listen.
He don't.
That's why I go through you.
Oh, that's how you feel?
That's the truth.
Todd is amazing with Ace. And I definitely feel like Todd could be hard on Kayla. But because that is his biological daughter, I just step back.
We talking now, though.
You too.
We talking now.
And I don't know if it's because it's a girl, but it stresses me because we have a girl on the way. And I do know that you have to treat them differently. You got to handle them differently.
You be unpredictable sometimes.
Unpredictable, I like that. That should be your clothing line, unpredictable.
No.
I try to understand what they're going through. Whereas Todd is like, oh, come on. Oh, whatever, So that's why I know there are going to be battles in the future, because this not talking to the kids for weeks, that's not going to happen with me.
Now, I was going to do this video specifically on Wale and talk about how foreign parents can be sometimes just like unemotionally available. But then I saw this clip of Todd on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I'm like, wow, it's not just African parents. It's not just African dads. It's black dads, okay? And of course, it's not all black dads. I want to give a huge shout out to all the dads out there that are in their daughters' lives and, are taking strides to understand their daughters, to be there for their daughters, and understand that you are your daughter's first example of love. So shout out to all you guys out there. Much appreciated and much needed. But I do want to give a shout out to these men, because this is not a conversation that we often hear Black fathers, come on public platforms and discuss. This is something that is usually only discussed in the households. It's usually ignored. It's usually swept under the rug. Or in Todd's case, you usually don't even realize what you're doing until your daughter's old enough to say, yeah, like, you're emotionally unavailable. Now, although Wale's daughter is still a toddler, she's a baby. Babies can also pick up on energy, okay? As a baby, you know which parent you can go and cry to, and you know which parent that you better suck it up because they don't want to see no tears. Stop crying. What you crying for? You a big girl. Now, Wale expressed that, once he realized that he didn't have that emotional connection with his daughter, he sought therapy. And, of course, when you go into therapy, they dig into your psyche and your upbringing. And he learned that he doesn't have that emotional connection to not just his daughter, but women in general, because he didn't have that emotional connection with his mother and his father. And I can definitely relate to the interactions that he said he had with his dad. I remember when I would meet up with my dad after my parents got divorced, it was literally like a business transaction or like a freaking interview. Like, how's school? School's good. How's church? Church great. How's sports? I'm winning in sports. Oh God, that's amazing. What's your grades? My grades are A's. Oh, good. I'm so proud. I'm happy. Okay, here's some money. All right, thank you. Bye. Like, what? No freaking emotion whatsoever. No connection whatsoever. And I'd be looking at him just how Todd's daughter was looking at Todd. So this video is it's very touching for me. I think I turned out great, but sometimes I do daydream and I think about what my life would be like, or how would I have turned out had I had a positive, emotionally stable relationship with my dad. And I also want to remind you ladies to be very cautious with who you choose to have children by, because even if he sticks around, it does not guarantee that he will be emotionally available for your daughters. Now, Todd's daughter is 23, but you can tell that they've had this relationship for a very long time. I mean, I'm sure she's a little bit camera shy, but at this point, honey, that's her personality towards him, okay? That's their relationship. And she also mentioned that one time he was mad at her and he didn't talk to her for a month straight. Like, that's ridiculous. I don't know what she did to get him upset, but child, you can't, no. You can't not talk to your daughter because she got you upset for a month straight, especially if she's living under your roof. Like, how does that even, how? Now, Todd caught some backlash when he took his daughter to the strip club. I mean, everybody's family dynamic is different. I try not to judge people's family dynamics as long as it's healthy, you know what I mean? Like, I just can't see myself doing that with my dad or any male in my family, but that's just because of my family dynamic. But hey, if y'all like it, I love it. But people were like, really? Like, who goes to the strip club with their daughter? I mean, if that's what child, I can't. I really can't judge. I can't. I really don't have. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Overall, it seems like he's playing like that cool role. And that's another thing. Dads trying to be your daughter, her best friend, or trying to be like the cool parent, but you're not emotionally available. That's only gonna backfire in the end, because your daughter is gonna look at you like, oh, that's my friend. Like, I don't have to respect you because I don't feel any emotional attachment. I don't feel any love. I even know some people that call their parents by their first names. And I'm sorry, I wouldn't live to see the day. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Child, I don't know that life. I don't. But if we can be honest, a lot of men, a lot of black men specifically, a lot of them crush under the societal pressures. They're supposed to be strong. They're supposed to be big and masculine and tough. They're supposed to be the breadwinners, the providers, and the protectors. And unfortunately, many of them lack emotional intelligence because they weren't taught that, or they weren't giving that in their upbringing. I've seen a lot of men, even with fathers and their sons, I've seen a lot of men say, man up. Man up. Stop crying. Crying is for girls. Stop doing this. Be tough. Be this. Be that. And a lot of times it translates to their girl children as well, because they're like, listen, I want my daughter to be strong. I want my daughter to be tough. I don't want my daughter to be out here, crying over these guys and getting cheated on. And then you have some of the men who think that karma's not a thing. They think that, all the whoremongering, all the abusing women emotionally, physically, spiritually, they think that will have nothing to do with their princess. And because they're so strong and they're so tough that, they can do whatever they want to do to women, but they'll be there to protect their daughters from the men like them. Okay, T.I., for an example, he goes to his daughter's checkup appointments, his daughter medical appointments, just to make sure. Yeah, let me make sure you ain't getting treated how I'm treating women out here. But little do men know, like, black men, I need y'all to understand something. Okay? It's inevitable. It's gonna happen. She's gonna bump into somebody just like your ass. And no matter how much you want to, you're not gonna be able to always stop her from doing what she wants to do. That's on period. But I think conversations like this are so vital to the black family. Again, I commend Wale for speaking out and saying, I don't know how to love my daughter. I don't know how to love women, because we see it every day. Okay, it's a lot of y'all motherfuckers that don't know how to love women. We see it every day. So I commend you, okay, for coming out and being honest and saying, I wasn't loved, therefore I don't know how to love. And we have to learn how to translate love into actions, because you loving someone in your heart but not showing it with your actions, with your words, with your expressions, with your consistency, it's going to simply fall flat. And I know there's a lot of parents that feel like, listen, I provide for my child. That's love. You can provide all you want. And if somebody asks your daughter, does your father love you? She will say no. Because you don't show it with your words, you don't show it with your gestures, you don't show it with the relationship that you build or that you're supposed to build. And as far as Todd and his daughter, I'm glad Candy is there. And she said, I go through Candy when I need to get to you because, you don't know how to communicate. But he did say that he was going to work on his communication and showing his daughter how much he loves her and how proud he is of her for taking steps in her career. Again, I'm glad that this conversation is happening. Isn't this girl so cute? I don't know. I just have her picture in my phone because I'm just like, can my daughter just look like you, please? Like, she is such a chocolate cookie. I just can't. She's a muffin. I cannot. Yes, honey, your girl got baby fever. She's been going to baby showers back to back to back. But it's all right because I'm going to get me a cute little puppy. But you guys let me know, what did you think about this? How do you feel about Wale saying that he can't, or he's learning how to connect with his daughter emotionally and how to connect with women emotionally? Why do you think there is such difficulty for black men to connect with their daughters? We often talk about mothers and criticize mothers, but fathers, they have their flaws too. Nobody's perfect. Let me know what you think about the dynamic between Todd and his daughter. And if you would like to share your personal experiences with your father, what is the relationship between you and your father, and how has that shaped you to the woman that you are today? Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.